Hi all, this is the Blackboard tour video for History 131 for the spring. Go ahead and close that because we're not using that anymore. Alright, so the announcements page here is going to be your landing page. And as you can see, the welcome announcement is in there, that first announcement. So these top 3 tabs over here are what you're going to need the most. If you are an SO1 student, now I know our shell says DO1, but this is for DO1 and SO1. If you are an SO1 student, you'll also need the collaboration tab because that's going to be how you're going to access the class for meetings. And again, that's linked in the video. So here's the announcements page. This is where everything lands when you come into the course. Course information is the next tab. And you've got these 3 sections here. You'll see that it's enabled to view, and if I switch to student view and go to course information, you'll see this is what you're going to see, is that you're going to have to mark things reviewed. So you go to the My Instructor tab, look, it's me, and information, contact information from me, when office hours are, the links to office hours, the Tuesday link, the Thursday link, and then just a little bit about me. So I go back to course information and I click on syllabus and general policies. This itself will need to be mark reviewed in addition to just the folder syllabus and general policies. So here's the video for the syllabus as well as the syllabus itself and general policies that you need to be aware of here at JCC. So when you've done that, you can mark the syllabus in this folder reviewed and mark this reviewed here. This folder and the schedule inside needs to be marked reviewed. And there we can click on it and open it. So here is the course schedule or reading breakdown as it is known. Like I mentioned in that syllabus video, this breaks down everything for the entire semester. I mentioned it in the welcome announcement as well. The abbreviation for the books, BB, due, indicated as means due. So week 1, that's our first class meeting. These are the orientation materials that you need to bring with you, or not, well, digital copies because you'll have your laptop, or the laptops in the classroom, and SO1 students will be logged into Blackboard, so you can just download from the Blackboard site, because if you have any questions about them, you'll want to, have a copy downloaded, or have the Blackboard site up and be ready to open it if you have a question. And remember, you have to review all this stuff and mark it reviewed in order to access the class materials. So week 2 is when we actually begin doing things, which will start on the 12th for us because we meet every Tuesday and Thursday. So as you can see, you've got a bunch of readings on Blackboard. And then Thursday we start using the books. So remember, you do have first day access though. So if you click on the books, you'll be prompted to create an account. You don't need an access code. It'll charge you. It's part of the course fees and everything. So you will get charged for the first day access for the books. That handout in the welcome announcement, the first day access FAQ, is also in the getting started section, which we'll get to in just a minute. So as you can see, this goes through the entire semester. There's an inquisitive activity due to before class. So all these things are mentioned. There's GML pages, Voices of Freedom documents. Those are with the document numbers. And then there's a short article on Blackboard. The exam 1 study guide is available on Blackboard. The exam takes place in week 6 down here. So as you can see, it goes through the entire semester here. It mentions when things are due. So this is your best friend. It's going to let you know. And if it's listed for a day, it has to be done before that day. So example, when you come in on April 13th, you will have read these things and be ready to discuss them. So that is that. So you'll need to mark this reviewed as well as the folder holding it. This will be marked reviewed and the syllabus after you've reviewed all that stuff. So go review it first. Once you mark it reviewed, it'll unlock the class. So for right now, this is all you can see if you go in and you haven't marked anything reviewed yet. As you can see what we need for the first day, which is just, you'll want to mark the reviewed, the student acknowledgement form. The first day access FAQ sheet is in here for you to take a look at. Things to think about when reading primary sources. We'll talk about this in class as well. And is this plagiarism handout? I mentioned that in the syllabus video. Writing tips. I strongly encourage you to look at this. We will go over it probably when we talk about papers, we'll probably go over parts of it, but you really do want to have this out when you're writing your paper and proofreading your paper and working on all that stuff. So you definitely want to, this is super helpful, so please use this resource. When we do rough drafts, we will be using this quick guide for editing. So these are just some orientation materials and things you can go over in that Getting Started folder. You can click on your books and access your books. This is Give Me Liberty, this is Voices of Freedom. And then you can see week 17 and week 18, and that's it. So once you mark those things reviewed, you'll be able to see the first 6 weeks of the class. So if I exit this view, so you can see how I see it, here's stuff. So it's all in here. It just says because you have to click on Mark Reviewed to release it, it's not available to everyone until you actually click on Mark Reviewed. So it's really important that you mark those things reviewed because you can see the lecture materials are in here. This includes lecture notes, lecture outline. I'm going to show you an example lecture outline. So this is a Word document. You can download your own copy to edit it and access it. So you do not have to turn this in. This is to assist you in note-taking. So when you look at the very first study guide, once that pops up in week 4 and in week 6, because the exam is in week 6, you'll see that the study guide is a list of terms. And all the terms are pulled from all the lecture outlines. So it is a good idea to keep an eye on the keywords and be filling out the who, what, when, where, and so what for these keywords as we go through the class. It'll make it a lot easier when it comes time to study for the test. So that is what a lecture outline looks like. Lecture notes are the script that I lecture from. Lecture videos broken into parts. For some reason the window doesn't want to work. You can see that right there. So there's a link that goes directly to YouTube where you can view it. So there are 4 parts to the lecture videos for next Tuesday, so Tuesday the 12th. So all that's in there. Primary documents for Tuesday are in this folder. The How to Use Inquisitive is due Tuesday before class. That's in there. Thursday lecture materials looks like Tuesdays, only it's a different topic. And then and Analyzing Primary Sources and Secondary Sources is in here as well. So if you go and look in here, you'll see all that stuff lines up with what we did in the folders. It all lines up there together. So you got to mark the syllabus reviewed, the syllabus and general policies folder reviewed. You got to mark the course calendar folder and the calendar the reading breakdown document itself reviewed. You got to mark all that reviewed after you actually review it, right? In order to access all of these things. And then after the 3rd week of class, you'll be able to see the rest of the semester. So that's weekly lessons, course information. For those of you who are SO1 and DO1, I can walk you through this, but you'll click on the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra tab in Collaboration, and there's our course room, and you can just go in, you can join it, and then boom, you're in class. It's unlocked all the time, so if you have a group meeting, like say you wanted to meet to bounce off project ideas, or you wanted to you happen to be friends with a few people in class and you want to do like a, hey, let's practice our presentations together in a group, you can actually use this course room. I have no problem with that, to meet and practice presentations. Let me see. So e-text and course resources. I did go ahead and put copies of the books and the First Access FAQ sheet in here as well. So like I said in the syllabus video, you got to kind of live under a rock to not be able to find and access stuff in my classes. So that is in the e-text and course resources tab right down here. So that's pretty much it. Everything's, I hope, clearly laid out. Like I said, it goes through all the dates and everything. The topic is listed. The folder, it mentions there's an activity or something available or something due. And then in the folders themselves, like here, I'll go into another one. Week 4, it's one topic. It's slavery and freedom for the whole week. So I don't have a Tuesday folder and a Thursday folder. It's all just in here together. And so you can see all the things that were listed on week 4 in the reading breakdown are here. Of course, if there's something you can't find in the week's folder or you have an issue, please let me know. But it goes all the way down to week 6, and then after January 22nd, which is the end of week 3, the rest of the semester opens up and you can see everything. So that is how that's going to work. So make sure to mark those things reviewed so you can see more than just these things in the last 2 weeks of class, because you're definitely going to want to access stuff pretty soon in order to start getting ready for Tuesday the 12th. All right, so that's that. And then if you go to the campus safety tab here at the top, there are just some things in the event of an emergency in order to just help you. There's a Blackboard help tab at the top. There's a JCC resources at the top. So, well, you'll have different stuff obviously, but student academic and technical resources. So all kinds of help for tutoring and stuff. Now, I would ask you to contact me first if you are struggling in the class and want to talk about something like an event or a time period or just something in general, a concept that we went over that you're having trouble with. I would want you to talk to me first because I am the one teaching it, assigning it, and talking about it and testing you on it. So coming to me first for help is probably the best step because I'll be able to help you approach it in the way that is appropriate for the class. Now, tutoring is great and helpful, but they don't know necessarily what the expectations are, how the tests are formatted, all that kind of stuff. I know that, so contact me first if you're struggling and need help. So that's the Blackboard site. And if you have any questions or need any help, please feel free to contact me.